we were talking about electronic dance music. We looked at what instruments we might find inside dance music, what dance music actually was, and I talked to you about how if we were in school we would be using Garageband in order to help us build the electronic dance music. So I'm just going to walk you through how we might do that using music technology. So in front of you, you have got pictures now, a little movie, and I'm going to talk you through it. So this is GarageBand. Basic function, the dark grey screen in the middle is your worksheet. To the right hand side we have access to the loop library. In here lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of recordings, pre-recorded sounds. We can filter by looking for instruments specifically. We can look at different styles, that filters at the bottom, otherwise known as genre, or we could filter using descriptors of music, however we want it to feel. So that's the loop library over on the right. That's pre-recorded. Here we have a notepad. Here we can make notes on our work, and our teachers can leave comments here about our work when they're marking it. Over on the left hand side we have a sound library. So this is where we can tell our synthesizer, our keyboard in front of us, what sounds to play. All sorts of different ones, as you can see. Particularly useful for us is the synthesizer with lots of subcategories, so we can filter out if we wanted chords or bass or melody. So at the top we can change the flavour of our music. So major in music is happy sounds and minor music are more sad sounds. We're going to stick this project in A minor. We're going to look for something a little bit more dark. We can change the tempo, so the bigger the number, the faster the music, and we can watch the measures across the top with the ruler to show which bar we're in and which beat we're on. We can mix our work, and we can edit our work. So how might we build our dance piece? Now, in electronic dance music, first of all, of course, we're going to need some chords. And we're going to use these, we're going to try and get these chords on our synthesizer. So we've got a few options in the menu here. We've got electric piano, Once we've chosen our sounds, we simply click and drag and drop. Now we're going to move that to the front of the worksheet. We're going to make that longer, so we're going to loop that out to a whole 8 bars. We can zoom out. And we can give ourselves more space by closing the menu a touch. So to develop our work, to add a little bit more interest, we can add more synthesizer sounds to it. Looking for something slightly contrasting, so less busy, to make it more interesting. Just start that a bit earlier. And now let's add a bass line. Now there's a few of these I actually like, so we're going to use this one. And I'm going to make a note in my notepad of the name of the other one so that I can come back to that later. So how does that sound? Great, so we now need to give ourselves more bars. So we're going to spread everything out a bit more, going to drag it out, loop it out, so that we have more room to put more interesting sounds in. So we've done the synth bass, and now we're going to add a drum beat key to dance music. So we need to find one in here that we like, and I'm going to look for words to do with dance, like techno, trance, electronic. So many to choose from, but this one probably has the best because it's got a kick on every count. Drag that out and see what it sounds like. Great, so we're going to continue to build this. So highlight it all and then drag it all out to give us more bars. And then we're going to have a look to see how we can make this more interesting. Ah yes, so the bass line that I really liked earlier, I'm going to now look for again. And I'm going to get that into my worksheet. There we go. Drop it in, move it into position. Okay, so that kind of got lost in the mix a bit, so I turned that up. That worked. Now we're going to give ourselves more bars to play with, and we're going to start adding some more interesting effects from the loop library. So we're building this up gradually. We've got 2 synthesizers, 1 bass, a drum beat, and an extra sub bass. Sub meaning under, like Subway. So now we're going to add some vocals to this. Now there's lots to choose from here.
Girl, baby, do that thing. Thought about it, thought about it, thought about it. Do that thing. Thought about it. Tried so hard. Girl, oh. It gets kind of flaky. Listening to the beats and the funky rhyme. Up with you, dog, man, I'm trying to live. Heard the new thing, man, I'm trying to do. Going on, man, your raps is listening to the beats and the funk.
This one's a good one because it might blend really well. You can stretch that out a bit. Okay, so we have this leftover bit that we don't need. So I'm going to delete that and add him back in again so that we get him speaking twice. So we need to delete that extra little bit on the end, so we're going to split it in half and then delete it. And notice we're building this gradually over time, one by one by one. So let's look for another lyric.
Who rocks mics till they bust as well, yo?
This one
Who rocks
works.
mics? Who rocks
Something
mics?
that we can kind of weave together.
Who rocks mics and rocks as well, yo? Who rocks mics and rocks as well, yo? Who rocks mics and rocks as well, yo? Who rocks mics?
Turn it down just a bit. Too quiet, so we need to turn him up. There, and that works. So now we have a vocal. We have 2 actually that work together. So let's look for some extra texture effects, whooshes and swooshes that make this music a little bit more interesting. Into position. Yes, that works. So we'll keep that and keep it in the back for the whole of this passage. See if we can find something else that works in tandem with that. Drop that into position 2. Just keep an eye on balance. Great. So now we need to think about how we're going to finish this. So we've built it up slowly over time. It still feels like it needs something else. So let's see if we can get a deeper sound. Let's select everything, give ourselves more room. Take it up to 32 bars long. This one. Notice how it took me longer to find this one because now I know what my music sounds like. I wanted to make sure it worked. Okay, so we need a finisher. Just slightly too long. Zoom in and let's take out that last sound. There we go. And let's see if we can find like an explosion sound that might take us to the finish. There we go. Let's drop that in. There we go. Brilliant. Now let's look at the whole thing. And then we have it, a really short but successful dance piece.